Good morning, I'm Hazel.
And I'm Maddie.
And we know a little something about traveling into the unknown, stressing about every little move, sound, and task.
Middle school. Hazel and I started 6th grade this year, and let us tell you, it is no walk in the park. There are more unknowns lurking on every corner than space has to offer, even if there are aliens out there.
The psychological
Or mental.
effects of middle school have a physiological
Or physical.
effect on our bodies. The mind and body do not live in isolation of each other.
As a student and athlete, I know when I'm stressed, I do not perform at peak level. My reactions are slower and I make more mistakes.
When we are mentally stressed, adrenaline increases our heart rate and elevates our blood pressure. Cortisol, the primary stress hormone, increases the availability of substances that repair tissues.
In the short run, this can be positive.
In the long run,
not so much. This chemical reaction in our body may cause headaches, body pain, heartburn, worry, guilt, social withdrawal,
and much more.
and much worse.
Astronauts face challenges and unknowns that threaten their life constantly. 250 miles from Earth, they experience an isolation that we will never know.
Possibly more extreme than middle school.
Yet most of us have never heard of a career called space psychologist. Maddie is going to tell you what space psychology is.
Well, a space psychologist is just like what it sounds. It's a psychologist that works with astronauts and other space personnel. They even accompany astronauts on long-term missions. How cool is that?
Really cool! Now, how is space psychology a health career? Well, as Maddie was just explaining, space psychologists are simply psychologists that work in space. Psychologists study the human brain, and as brains are a huge part of healthcare, this makes space psychology a health career.
Next up, what are the responsibilities of space psychologists?
Thanks, Maddie. Space psychologists are responsible for conducting psychological exams, developing and implementing programs designed for improving astronauts' teamwork, managing conflict, learning about how being in space affects people, and helping people deal with these issues. Maddie, what's next?
Next is the education requirements for a space psychologist. You are required a PhD in psychology. You are also required training with a multidisciplinary program. Overall, this takes about 10 to 11 years. Right, Hazel?
Correct. Now, the salaries that you earn as a space psychologist. The entry salary is around $95,000 a year, which is just under $8,000 a month and around $33 an hour. The highest salary is just under $137,000 a year, which is just over $11,000 a month and around $48 an hour. What do you think of that, Maddie?
I think those earnings are out of this world. As we are now on to the benefits of this career. As we were just saying, a space psychologist has extremely high salaries. You also get to meet new people, help others with their state of mind, learn about different perspectives on life, and belong to a team. I think I like all those, Hazel.
Those are all really nice, but every job has challenges, and this one is no exception. As a space psychologist, you'd have to work extremely long hours. This is emotionally draining for you. You'd have to work on weekends a lot, not to mention the possibility of patient violence and the extremely expensive training to get here. Now, some interesting facts.
Did you know that there are no promotions in space psychology? So no promotion celebration cakes. The employment rate for space psychologists is low. Not many of them are needed. The headquarters for space psychology is in Washington, D.C., but they are not the only ones that work there.
Space psychologists need to be patient, motivated, empathetic, a team player, and good communication skills. Another fact is that people experience anxiety, depression, and insomnia, which is lack of sleep, as a result of being in space.
As you can tell, being a space psychologist is no easy feat, but it has some incredible benefits.
Clearly, the quantity of space psychologists needed at the moment is not staggering, but like healthcare
and middle school,
we thrive best when our physical and mental health performance is at peak level.
Thank you.